Hi, everybody. Welcome. It's my great pleasure today to be interviewing Robbie, and Robbie's going to tell us a little bit about himself and also about one of our mission partners, Beesom, and why he loves it and how we can get involved through our small groups. So, Robbie, over to you. Thanks for joining us today.
Simon, thanks very much for having me. Yes, I'm Robbie. I'm married to Kate, and we have three children and live in Godalming. Actually, Beesom was something that was introduced to us by the church in 2012 when a gentleman called Simon from Beesom came to talk, and it really just resonated with me. I think for me, it was trying to find a local charity that really did outreach, really did cross that divide between those that have and those that do not have, those that are alone or feeling really anxious or are just naturally struggling, and nobody seems to turn towards them. And Beesom is there to try and sweep away the suffering, and that's the aim, hence the Beesom broom, and by which Beesom is based. And it was set up in 2002 by Simon Odgers, and today there are various affiliations across the UK, one of which is in Guildford. And that's the one that our church has been supporting now since that period of time, so about 8 years.
That's amazing. And tell us a little bit about some of the things that people can get involved with, because I know they're based in Guildford, but they sort of have a slightly wider remit than that as well. And obviously we know with COVID there's added restrictions, but Beesom is hoping to do a few initiatives. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the things we might get involved with to help support?
Of course. Well, for Beesom, the whole essence of Beesom is prayer. And for me as a doer, when seeing that there's a need and that there's the ability to give, one could just put those two things together and call out for that. But that's not how Beesom works. Beesom works through prayer, and through prayer, people decide to give time. People decide to give skills. People decide to pray. People decide to give money. And the majority of the things that happen are it's just incredible. It really does prove to me how God operates. And we'll pray for a sideboard to match a bed. And someone from one of the churches across Guildford, Godalming, Busbridge, Hambledon, all across our diocese, I suppose, just seems to feel compelled to provide a chest of drawers, for example, and it will match it's just ridiculous. And so we'll go in a van and we'll pick up that, and then we'll immediately take it to the person who was needing that, and then we'll pray with them, we'll talk to them, we'll learn a little bit about their lives, and it's just seeing that joy. Not particularly for a sideboard, but more because somebody's come and given them time, thought about them, and provided something that they did not have. And in so many cases, these are women or moving out of refuge, out of the YMCA. They've been given a council house or flat, and they've nothing. So they've no bed, they've no kitchen, white goods, they've no curtains, and so in a small way, Beesom can come to help some of those people, and it is through that power of prayer. So Beesom doesn't have a lot of storage. Beesom's not putting up what is required on a website. Rather, it is through the gifts of time, through the gifts of things, through the gifts of skills, whether it's cleaning gardens, painting someone's front room or a hallway or whatever. But that love and that compassion that come from those groups is phenomenally fulfilling for us as the giver, yeah, but is insurmountable in that interaction, yeah, with the need.
That's really brilliant. So that's I was speaking to Simon as well. He's saying that there's some other initiatives coming up, maybe for Christmas, and opportunity to cook meals as well, and that kind of thing. So there's loads of opportunities, isn't there? Like you say, through practical skills as well as prayer as well. What's the best way for someone to find out more? We've got your details here at the bottom of the screen. You're going to act as a liaison. Can you just tell us a little bit about that, how that sort of mechanism might work if I was interested in getting involved?
Sure. Well, with COVID, and I didn't really address that earlier, but with COVID, for driving the van, for example, which happens 2 or 3 times a week, that tends to happen between a family unit. And obviously these things change with the rules that take place.
Yeah.
But the meal, great example. For me, use me as a resource. So I can speak directly to Beesom and Guildford. I can also put them directly in touch with that group. But for things like if you have high quality goods that you no longer need, Beesom may have a recipient who would love those. But if you're wanting to help on perhaps a gardening project, if we can make that COVID secure, perhaps painting at the moment is obviously more difficult, but those meals that you talk about, that's something that no question can be put together. I think Simon was also talking from Beesom about donating small amounts of money that can then allow packs to be put up for people who are moving into a home. And then the final thing is, at Christmas we do the Beesom hampers, which I'm sure most of the congregation will be familiar with, and really we thank them for all the support that they've given to providing goods for those that take place over Christmas, and providing, wrapping them, putting them together. It's just a phenomenal thing, and then obviously delivering them is just so many ways to help, but please use me as a contact source.
Robbie, thank you so much. That's amazing to pick your brains a bit about that as well, and just thank you for being there, for being that liaison and helping us out as well. So yeah, please do get in touch with Robbie if this interests you. He'll be able to fill you in a bit more, as we just said. And thank you for joining us today, Robbie, and just hope you have a great rest of the day. And yeah, thanks for your time. Okay.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye.